Hi, my name is Travis Ashcroft and I work in the Kauri Dieback program. I'm here to talk about the research needs and research priorities of the program. So hopefully after this talk you have a better understanding of what we're trying to achieve with the science research. The partner program is made up of 7 partner organisations. These are Northern Regional Council, Auckland Council, Waikato Regional Council, Bay of Plenty Regional Council, Department of Conservation, Tangata Whenua and the Ministry for Primary Industries. The actual partnership model is based on the CIMS approach, which stands for Coordinated Incident Management System. It's a system used in civil defence and other emergency situations where a number of organisations get together to respond to the incident. In this case, the incident is Kauri Dieback. There are different levels associated with the actual program. We have the governance board that drive the high-level strategic decisions. Below the governance board, we have a program manager. We also have a Tangata Whenua Rōpū group, whose main role is to advise the program of all things Māori. Now, beneath the program manager is a series of work streams. We have the engagement and behavioural change work stream, whose main role is to make sure that there are key messages being sent through to the wider audience. They're also in charge of collateral. We have an operations work stream, whose main role is to deliver effective operations on the ground, and also they're in charge of our surveillance program and trying to find where the actual disease is located. We have a planning and intelligence work stream, whose main role is to coordinate the scientific research. A lot of the research results underpin a lot of the stuff that we do out on the ground. This is supported by a technical advisory group who advise on everything related to the actual science. We have a strategic science advisory group as well, who set the high-level strategic science direction. We also have a relationship manager, whose key role is to make sure there's good working relationship amongst the partners, as well as a good working relationship to our stakeholders and members of the public. The national strategy was revised and released in December 2014. We have a number of key program outcomes that we're trying to achieve in the program. It's all about reducing the spread and reducing the impact of the actual disease. Also to maintain effective working relationships, and also to protect our iconic trees such as Tāne Mahuta. Early on in the program, back in 2009, we didn't know anything about the pathogen that causes Kauri Dieback. Nothing was known about it worldwide, so we had to start from scratch. That drove our research questions, which drove our objectives in the early phases of the actual program. So our key questions, our key objectives were around what is it, what are we dealing with, where is it located, how do we control it, and how does it spread. Our Kauri Dieback surveillance program kicked off in 2009. From 2009 to 2014, we had over 100 sites of where we found actual disease in the Upper North Island. In December 2014, we increased our surveillance funds. This allowed us to look further afield. So from 2015 to 2017, we found another 160 sites of Kauri Dieback. In total, there's over 260 sites of where we found the disease in the North Island. So there's been an exponential increase every year of new sites being found in the program, which is a huge cause for concern. Our current focus is based on 5 core focus areas. It's all about building knowledge and tools, disease distribution, mātauranga Māori, social science, and decision support. We have key needs across each of these 5 focus areas. In building knowledge and tools, we've changed our focus of the science approach from more about understanding the fundamental questions that we need to know to developing good, pragmatic, operational tools that we can use in the forest. Given there's an increased number of finds every year, hence the reason why we changed the approach, and hence the reason why we need more research done into developing good control tools, which will help us manage the disease. So our key priorities in building knowledge and tools is ooze-spore deactivation. It's sort of a funny word, but the ooze-spore is the stage of the pathogen which is the most difficult to kill. So we are increasing our research and finding ways to kill the pathogen ooze-spore. We invested quite heavily into phosphite injections. We just recently completed a 5-year field trial, which has been very, very successful, but we've still got a long way to go in order to use the tool to make sure that it is effective against the disease in Kauri. We've increased our funding in genetic resistance and genetic tolerance. Scientists believe there's a small percentage of Kauri that may show a genetic resistance to the actual pathogen. We're funding the Healthy Trees, Healthy Future, which is run by Scion Research in Rotorua. The focus areas of disease distribution, our key research needs, is that we need to develop more tools in trying to find where the actual pathogen is located. Also, we need to find quicker, more effective means to find where the disease is located as well. So our research priority is finding innovative ways, more ways to find and detect the actual disease. In the area of social science, our key need is trying to change people's behaviour. There's a lot of forest users which don't stick to our key hygiene messages. There's some users that don't even use our cleaning stations. They sort of bypass it. They also don't keep to the actual tracks. All these behaviours are a risk to spreading the actual disease. So our key research priority in social science is to make sure we have the tools to enable us to change people's behaviour. In the focus areas of Mātauranga Māori, it's all about sharing alignment of traditional Māori knowledge to the program. Our key research priority in this area is rongo, which is traditional Māori medicines, as well as developing cultural health indicators as well. The focus area of decision support, our key needs in this area is to make sure that we have tools which can translate the science to a tool that we can use out in the field. A lot of our research priorities is developing prioritisation tools, making sure that we can devote a lot of our resources to high priority areas. Also, a key focus is developing good best practice guidelines, making sure people adhere to their correct hygiene procedures when they're operating and walking through a forest. In early 2016, we commissioned an independent review on our science. This was done by Lincoln University. The full report can be accessed on our Kauri Dieback website, www.kauridieback.co.nz. The independent review looked at our science and focused on areas that we were really good at and other areas that we were not so good at. So they had recommendations in terms of increasing funding in certain areas while decreasing our research in others. Having an independent review of the science was really good. It allowed us to sort of stop our progress and to recheck to make sure our priorities are on the right pathway to success. Recently we held a 2-day science workshop inviting 60 plus research scientists throughout New Zealand. The objectives of the science workshop to make sure that we fully understood our gaps in knowledge in the science and also make sure that we have the right priorities in order to focus our science in the right areas. The outputs of the 2-day workshop will be used to develop a high-level strategic science plan to drive the science forward for future years.